House Democrats have passed their budget proposal from the House floor on a party line vote, 50 to 48. Now, you voted against it. Can you tell us why?
Well, first of all, it increases spending by approximately 20% over the next 4 years. And that to me is just not something that's sustainable. First of all, it's not fair to the taxpayers, because if we're going to increase spending by about 18% this biennium and another 15% the following biennium, that is just an incredible amount of tax dollars that we're requiring of the taxpayers out there. It's their money, not ours. Yeah, we've got certain bubbles in the economy like Seattle, Bellevue, Everett are doing pretty well. The rest of the state just isn't, and so it's not sustainable.
Does their budget include tax increases?
Absolutely it does. As a matter of fact, over the next 4 years, it's in excess of $8 billion. And based on the fact that we currently have about a little over a $40 billion budget, that's a substantial increase. Any of you get a 20% increase in your payroll? Because that's what we're essentially asking the taxpayers to do for the state of Washington, is give us an increase of 20%. That's a 20% raise that the taxpayers can't afford, and I can't support that.
What other concerns do you have about the House Democrat budget?
First of all, when it comes to our gorilla in the room, which is McCleary, solving the education funding issue, it does not tackle the number one challenge we've got in there, and that's our local school levies. It is not addressed in their budget at all. It actually sets us immediately up for what we're calling McCleary 2, which is going to be a more expensive option than we're currently facing right now. And if we can't solve that local funding issue, which frankly, for history buffs, has been an issue actually since the early 1970s. No legislative body prior to this has dealt with it. Yes, it's a tough issue, but we've been mandated by the courts to deal with it, and they do not deal with it at all.
What does this mean for adjourning the 2017 session on time on April 23rd?
Well, I'd like to think we're going to get out of here on time, and that's something we've really been pushing hard towards. But I got to tell you, if you're not going to address the number one challenge and the mandate of the court, meeting the McCleary requirement, especially as it comes to local school levies and how we fund education, which is not even addressed at all in the Democrat majority budget right now, if you're going to be looking at the only way to fund your budget is by raising taxes like 20% to the public, first of all, it's not sustainable, it's not realistic, and we're at a point right now where we're pretty much locked in. And taxes, for me, have always been a last resort. At the end of the day, we have plenty of money currently. Not to mention the fact, by the way, we've got more than $3 billion in new money coming in without doing anything. We've got plenty of money. The state does not have a revenue problem. It has a spending problem. And it comes down to how do we prioritize how we're going to spend our money. The money's there, we just got to reprioritize it.